welcome to the 2023 Legends of the Autobahn. And of course, we're here with BMW of North America because they have quite a few cars. It's not only about classic cars here, but also about brand new cars. And they wanted to showcase what they have in store for you this year and probably next year as well. So let's start right away with probably my favorite BMW here. And it's not your typical sports car, but rather the BMW X5M facelift. So that's a 2023 X5M Competition facelift. And why do I love this car? Because it comes with Boston green paint job. That is absolutely one of my favorite colors that you can see on a BMW. So let's take a quick look at the car. Of course, I mentioned it's a facelift, so there are a few things that have changed on the car. And that starts with the headlights. Brand new design of the headlights. And then, of course, you have this new interpretation of the kidney grille with horizontal slats. And you have this really nice contour on the slats in matte black. Of course, aside from the kidney grille and the headlights, you also have a brand new front bumper, and you can see it right there with these piano black parts on it. So once again, BMW X5M Competition. But let's move on and take a look at the other cars, because we have the BMW iX5 Hydrogen. This is one of the very, very few cars in the US that BMW has here. It's a Pilot, and essentially this is the same car that we drove a few months back and also last year as a prototype. So what is it? It is based on the BMW X5, but it's a fuel cell vehicle, and essentially it's using hydrogen to recharge a battery, and essentially it's really an electric vehicle. So that's the BMW iX5 Hydrogen. BMW will use this as a car fleet, and they will be giving rides to certain people, maybe at different events around the country. But for now, it's on display here, and you can see it. Once again, it's your typical BMW X5 design. You do have a different kidney grille. You can see it's all mesh here. And of course, you have this unique livery, which denotes electricity and all of that. And of course, the blue contour, which is specific to BMW electric cars. So once again, BMW iX5 Hydrogen. If you want to see the full review, we drove the car in Belgium, and then last year we drove it in northern Sweden in really, really cold weather. So let's move on, because now we have the BMW i5. So this is the BMW i5 M60, the most powerful 5 Series offered today, at least until the new M5 comes to market next year. Frozen Deep Gray is the name of the color. You've seen it so far in that new fire red color. This is the first time we're actually seeing this car in Frozen Deep Gray. Once again, brand new design, all electric, and it's immediately obvious because of the front kidney grille. As you can see, all closed up. It doesn't need that cooling for the engine. And of course, it's got somewhat of a controversial design. You've seen a lot of comments on social media and our website where people, maybe they're not completely in love with the car yet, but if you see it in real life, it really does have a nice presence. And I feel like some photos don't really do it justice. So let's talk about the design just a little bit. Brand new headlights, as you can see right here. It's got this negative design, as they call it, essentially slanted towards left. That designers call that a negative design. Of course, that's a first on the 5 Series. Then you have this massive kidney grille, but not as massive as you would see on the XM, for example. But if you are ordering a regular 5 Series, you will be getting the traditional BMW kidney grille with the vertical slats. What's interesting about this car is the fact that that particular front end will actually be part of the new M5. So that kidney grille especially, you will see it on the new M5 coming out next year, especially with the horizontal slats. So stay tuned on that, because we will see that car very, very soon. It's got the M Sport Pro package. So what it means that it's actually bringing some additional blacked out parts to the car. You can see right here the contour in piano black, and of course all these parts at the bottom. And you will see that around the car as we move. So actually, let's do that. Let's take a quick look around the car. We focus a little bit more on this one because it's brand new and people want to see it. So you can look from the side maybe a little bit. It's got a slanted nose, a bit of a shark nose. So that's a departure from the current generation G30 5 Series. Of course, it's got the M mirrors. It's an i5 M60, the M Performance model. So you will come with M mirrors. They're not carbon fiber, but you can spec that from the BMW M Performance parts. It doesn't have a price tag on it, I believe. Nope, not yet. But it makes close to 600 horsepower, 593. As you can imagine, it is quite fast. I had a chance to drive the car a few months ago in France, and I can tell you it is a rocket ship. I will drive it again in the very, very near future, so stay tuned for that review. Once again, frozen deep gray, flush door handles. You have this large panoramic roof on top. Aero wheels, M Sport aero wheels. Of course, with M Sport brakes, you need that with the red calipers for stopping power. You have this unique number 5 embedded onto the Hofmeister kink, so that's new to the car. And if you go to the back, of course, being a performance car, you will get this spoiler. Once again, it is piano black painted. You do have the option to do carbon fiber if you want to go with the M performance parts. Brand new taillights, of course, but they're not your typical L-shaped BMW taillights. Instead, they got these parallel bars right here, and they look actually really nice at nighttime. So unfortunately, we can't see it right now, but hopefully you've seen the footage that we put out before. No tailpipes, it's all electric, but it does have this some sort of a aggressive and sporty diffuser, once again painted in piano black. And of course you have the M60 badge. As a fun fact, a new thing on some BMWs is this new logo where you have the M badge being larger than the model number. So once again, you can see it right here. So overall, you can see a very boxy design, even though it's got more of a coupe-ish roofline than before. Overall, it's very squarish and looks quite aggressive in real life. So here's what we have here, the new BMW M3 CS in Brooklyn Gray. Once again, you can see the M3 CS badge. It's got this nice black and red lettering right there. Of course, it's not as aggressive in styling as the M4 CSL, but you do have this carbon fiber spoiler on the trunk. Very solid, very cool. And naturally, you are getting the carbon fiber diffuser with those massive pipes, same size on the M4 CSL. As I said, Brooklyn Gray, it is a great color, a good choice to have on any M3 or M4. Let's kind of walk around and show you the car. Carbon fiber roof, naturally. 4 doors. Love that because I find this to be the more practical choice compared to the M4 CSL. You got these amazing, amazing looking wheels with the red calipers right behind it. I love these wheels. Honestly, I wish we will have these wheels as an option on all the cars. Moving down, you can see this rocker panel on the bottom, quite aggressive. Of course, it's a styling piece, but it also helps with aerodynamics quite a bit. Compared to the i5 M60, you have the carbon fiber mirrors right there. Naturally, it's a full M car. And then you have another M3 badge right there. If you go to the front, you might be thinking it has the laser lights. It does not. Those are just adaptive LEDs with these blue accents inside. And once again, it's got the same front end as the M4 CSL. Carbon fiber beads all around it. And of course, you have this skinny grille, exactly like the M4 CSL with the red inserts and another M3 CS badge. Fun fact, this is not painted. This is really a carbon fiber hood. And what they did was they actually painted a Brooklyn Gray on top of it, and they left the carbon fiber exposed. Really nice touch, love it. On the M4 CSL, I believe you're getting some red accents, and you might be able to get that also on the M3 CS, but I'm not entirely sure. Let's maybe take a look inside, because I think you might like what you see in there. All right, so inside, once again, very similar to the M4 CSL. Of course, you got the same center console right here, no cup holders, carbon fiber all around it. The seats are different. The ones in the M4 CSL are a lot more aggressive, and they are actually made for the racetrack too, because you have these openings for the harnesses. You can do the same thing on this one, but now it's a lot more aggressive. But overall, it does look like the M4 CSL. And of course, you have a rear bench. That's what makes it a lot more practical than the M4 CSL. So I love this interior. We have a video review actually on our channel, so you can watch that because we tracked the car and it is fantastic. So once again, the new BMW M3 CS, there will be an M4 CS coming out next year. All right, we have 2 more cars to cover. And of course, that's the BMW M2 right behind me. Zenvor Blue needs no introduction. We've had that car quite a few times in our hands. We tested the car on the track, off the track. Not many surprises there, but let's maybe cover it briefly. Once again, brand new design. Again, a little bit controversial. People don't like the Lego-ish, the squarish design of the car. But with this one, I absolutely encourage you to see it in real life because it does have a massive presence. And especially if you see it on the road from behind, you will see how wide and how bold this car really is. And I'm quite excited to see what BMW will do with the CS version of the M2. So once again, Zenvor Blue. I believe this might be a 6-speed manual. Indeed it is. So it's a 6-speed manual because you have the option between a 6-speed manual and an 8-speed automatic. Once again, the choice is yours. If you want to keep the car for longer or maybe forever, go for the manual. If you want to have a better pairing between the engine and transmission, go with the 8-speed automatic because it is fantastic. Once again, Zenver Blue BMW M2. And now let's move up and take a look at the BMW XM. Of course, needs no introduction. You've seen the car before, so it wouldn't be anything new. So if there is one car in the BMW lineup that received a lot of criticism, then it has to be the BMW XM. It's a combination of its design, what it stands for, also the ride quality. It's a little bit harsh. Of course, it's an M car, so it's supposed to be a little bit more on the sporty side. But once again, you will immediately notice this car anywhere it goes because it is bold. And contrary to what you see on social media, people that actually see the car from up close, they tend to like it, maybe because it's so different, so bold, it stands out. And of course, it's for that particular type of customer that wants to stand out, that wants to show off, and that's why they made the XM. Sure, they could have probably made it differently. They could have made probably something else for the 50 years of them, but nonetheless, this is a BMW XM. It is massive and bold, and you can see start to the front end. You have this really large kidney grille, horizontal slats one more time, motorsport inspired, a bunch of nice gold and black logos all around, bronze. Got this massive hood, of course, very aggressive. Overall, the car is really, really, really powerful and aggressive at the front end. And you have the split headlights because this is part of the luxury class right now with the new 7 Series and also with the X7 facelift. Side view. Massive car, it's somewhere in between an X5 and an X7. There is a lot of room inside the car. We've been in the car, we drove the car. Make sure to watch that video because it is quite informative. It's also quite powerful, 738 horsepower for the BMW XM label red, or about 653, I believe, for the regular XM. It's a V8 plug-in hybrid. Once again, you can charge the battery pack right there. You get about 30 miles, maybe range, electric range. But I'm assuming if you get this car, you will want to drive it hard, not necessarily in electric mode or plug-in hybrid mode. Massive wheels, up to 23 inches. Of course, you got a new design that's unique to the XM, so that will stand out on the car for sure. So this was a really quick overview of all the cars here present, the 2022 Legends of the Autobahn. Once again, that's my favorite. You've seen all of them, but I'm going to say it again. The Boston Green X5M Competition facelift. It's the car to have. I drove one from the airport last night. It was a Santorini Blue X5M. I love the ride quality. I love the interior. And I would say I would pick that car out of all of them, even though I do like the M3 CS quite a bit. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one.